Hi everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back. In this video, I recently got a bunch of things in the mail that I purchased. I went on a little shopping spree. Sometimes I do this if I need to get some staple items, but then I allow a little room to have some fun too, because as you know, I've been shopping my craft room a lot and I've dwindled down a lot of the supplies that I've used. So I decided to treat myself with some new products. So I'm going to share my haul and then I have a couple cards that I need to get done today. So we'll do those right at the end. Okay, so I have things equally from Simon Says Stamp and scrapbook.com. And I also purchased a couple little machines. So I'll show you those in a bit. But let's move some of this to the side so this is just not so visually overwhelming. But one thing that I did get, I got these from Simon Says Stamp. I love that they sell Copics, but I did get some new, actually they're not new colors to me, I just got new markers. I was talking in, was it the last video, how I wasn't quite on board with buying the refills just yet. It's something that I'm not quite on board with yet, and mainly because I just don't want to store it. So, probably an unpopular opinion, but I'm just repurchasing the markers. So I have here two colors that went totally dry. I have the E31 and the BG32. So I'm excited that I can replace these because I have found that I actually must use this E31 quite a bit, because I've been pulling for it and then I'm like, it's dry and I can't get any coloring done. Okay, the next thing that I added was this Heavy Doodle tape. I just ran out. I absolutely adore this. I use this a lot for masking and it's just a wonderful low tack tape. And as always, I'll link everything that I am showing you down in the description box below in case you are ready to go on a little shopping adventure too. But I love this. It has the little adapter, what is it? I mean the dispenser, I guess, right, built in. I think you can just buy the refills as well if you have the dispenser already. So I think you can do that, but I went ahead and just got the dispenser one more time. Okay, then I went ahead and got some fun stamps and I am just thinking through the next, well, it's June right now, so I'm kind of thinking through the next 6 months for fun things that I want to create. So you're going to see some Christmas and probably some fall things in here. I think predominantly some Christmas stuff, but I have just fallen in love, well, that got really bright, sorry. I have fallen in love with Lawn Fawn. I think they are one of the first companies that I purchased from when I started card making. I absolutely just love, first of all, the little images that they have. I think they are always so spot on, but to make it even better, they have the best sentiments and sub-sentiments. I think they're just darling. So whenever I see new things from them, and actually a lot of these things are not new, they are things that they've had on the market for a while, but whenever I see something that I don't have, it's time to add it to cart because I really, really love their stuff. So this first one, I guess I can cut this out. This one is a tiny little mini stamp set, and I love mini stamp sets. First of all, the price point is awesome. And second of all, it's just super easy, right? Because there's not a lot going on like a full stamp set. It's pretty simple. You just can get a quick card out. So this one is called Winter Sparrows, and I love this, Season Tweetings. And then of course I purchased the coordinating stamps as well. What would be fun for this one, as I'm just kind of thinking through this, is if you didn't want to stamp out the branch, what you could do is just maybe ink blend some white cardstock and do a nice brown color, and then you could simply just omit the stamp part and use the branch die. So that's pretty fun. So I'm looking forward to using that when winter rolls around. Again, I'll link everything down below if you fall in love with one of these. The next one, I got this one for my daughter because, or to make something for my daughter, because this year has been, I think the last 2 years actually has been so crazy with the axolotl. And so I saw this stamp set and it says, "I like you a lotl." I loved it. Or you could do thanks a lotl. So I'm not sure if this has been a crazy thing for your kiddos lately, but I want to say the last 2 years for sure, this little animal, and I think it's a water animal because we were actually at a animal place the other day and they had a tank with one in there. So I don't know about you, but that has been quite popular with the younger crowd lately. Okay, this is just adorable. So this is called Really High Five. Isn't that cute? I love it. There's a little trampoline. I love the little bounce marks too. And I love how you can add the little balloons. There's so many fun sentiments. High five, really high. Isn't that cute? Have an uplifting day. So I love this because I kind of look at this and see birthday, but you could do something that's a little bit more of an encouragement. So that's really, really sweet. So fun. I love things that you can have on hand just to be super versatile. And then of course the coordinating dies, and you can fussy cut any of these. I just am in love with the coordinating die. So when I'm ready to do a stamp set purchase, I wait until I can do the dies along with them. It's just personal preference. Okay, tiptoeing back into winter. This is so cute. This is Ready, Set, Snow. I love a stamp set or die set with a snow globe. I think it's so fun. I've done quite a few snow globe cards on my channel. They're just so pretty. I don't know what it is about them. They're just so fun. But I loved the little snowmen. Aren't they cute? So you could do snowmen inside the globe. You could just do a little village. You could do a little treescape with the reindeer and sleigh. Of course, you have all of the little embellishments for some little snowflakes and stars. So cute. And like maybe some snowballs if they want to be having a snowball fight. And then you can tuck your little sentiment into this bottom part of the snow globe. We have Merry Christmas or Ready, Set, Snow. And as always, the coordinating dies with that. Okay, going back towards summer, I am so excited for this stamp set. I saw this. I do think this is something that is newer to them. This is called Treat Cart. Isn't this cute? Sometimes I will be honest, I look at a stamp set and I want it just to color. And when I saw this little cart and the banner, not only is this just adorable, but I just thought I have to color that. That looks so fun and relaxing. So let me know what it is about a stamp set, if it's, you know, just the general theme of it or the look of it. Sometimes I just really want to color it. And I think this is going to be an adorable little card for summertime. I love the little trio of frozen treats up here. We have a little pump of fudge. That is so cute. Oh, okay. And then here, I can't wait. This is going to have to be in the next couple of weeks that I'm going to do this. We have a little kind of chalkboard, and we have the little flavors that you can put on there. They're just so sweet. This is adorable. And as always, we have the coordinating dies as well for that. Okay, tiptoeing right back into winter or Christmas time. This is called Here We Go A-Waddling. I love this little trio and this lamppost. Cute little scarves and then a little choir book. And look at this little cutie penguin down here with the little air guitar. Isn't that cute? So I thought that was cute. As always, we have the coordinating dies. And actually, not as always, because I actually have one that I couldn't find the coordinating dies for. This is much older, I believe. So this is just called Dasher. This is from Avery L. But with something like this, I love that this is just so simple. So this is something that I would probably just stamp right onto the card panel and have a super just flat, really simple card, and then bring in some dimension elsewhere with embellishments. So sometimes I will see one and I don't let it stop me if I can't get the coordinating dies. If the coordinating dies were available, and I'll probably still search to see if I can find these, I absolutely will buy them. But if for some reason I can't find it anywhere and I really love the stamp set, I'm not going to not get it because I don't have the dies, as much as I love the dies. Okay, and then I am going to try out a new foam tape. This is the Altenew foam tape, and so I thought I would give this a try. So maybe I'll even break it out. Yeah, I'll break it out tonight so that we can use it on the upcoming cards this evening. That way we can get a really quick idea if we like it or not. Okay, let's take a little break from craft supplies and look at a couple of the new machines that I decided to invest in. Okay, so I do have a full-size mink, but I will admit the more and more I craft and the more and more I use certain machines, I have realized that I am a lover of mini machines. I love that they take up less real estate, and I honestly feel like I craft on such a small scale, in surface area that is, that I find that the minis work really, really well for me. Now, you would have to determine, you know, the size of projects that you do and things like that when you're deciding what machines are best for you. But I saw that they had a mini version of the mink, and I actually want to see what's inside of this. What is in here? Let's just open it. I do have a video on unboxing the larger Mink, so I'll link that for you up in the corner right here. But let's see what this comes with, just so we can get some closure right away. Okay, so it looks like, first of all, let's look at this cutie machine. Look how much smaller this is. It is just, I don't know, I feel like for the projects that I do at least, this is a much more appropriate size for me and how I craft. So let me open this up so we can get an idea for size. That still allows you to do quite a bit, in my opinion, as well. Okay, I'm gonna take this protective film off. Okay, nice and simple. Isn't that cute? Okay, and then it looks like we have one of the little pocket sheets that you put your project inside. So that would be this. Okay, you just open up, put your layered things inside, and then you would send it through your machine. And then we have, oh, we have some test projects. Oh, these are fun. These are nice and retro. How fun are these? Got a little disco ball. Thank you so much. And a little trio. Congrats. Cute. Welcome home. Love you lots and missing you. I love the vibe that's on those little cards there. Okay, then we have the directions on how to use it and then some sample foil sheets as well. So I'm glad that I got a little idea of what was included, and for you too, so if you're tiptoeing into foiling and things like that, then you know that they give you some things to kind of get you started and get practicing. Okay, so the little mini Mink, I think it's adorable. Again, the size is what gets me, and you'll see again in my next purchase another little mini thing and why I just love things on a smaller scale. Okay, so you know that I love, love, love my mini evolution, and I have one in white with kind of teal accents, but I saw that they have one in the pink as well, and I really wanted a backup because I feel like I use my mini evolution probably, oh, I don't know if I want to like shout out a percentage, but definitely the majority of the time. So I love this. When I saw they had it in pink, I thought this is gonna be my backup for sure. So I got this one purely because it was at a great price. I wanted to have a backup for my current one. And I wanted to also talk about the plates because as we have been using the mini, many of you have asked how you buy replacement plates, and I'm just as confused because I feel like that's not completely obvious, and maybe I don't know, do they sell them? Do they not sell them? But I will tell you, in the at least a year and a half to 2 years that I've been using my original machine, the plates look fantastic. And I feel like the bigger machines like the Gemini Junior and the Spellbinders, those plates can tend to wear very quickly, and I always have a replacement in my drawer ready to go for when they fail. But I have not even come close to having the plates for this machine fail. So just something that you want to keep in mind. I don't think it's really much of an issue, and maybe that's why they don't do anything other than, and I'm not saying that they don't sell replacement plates, but it seems like their plates are usually just included with the machine unless you have found them elsewhere. And if you have, let me know, because I'm all about having things as a backup, just in case, because I love my machines and I want them to last a good long while. Okay, back to some product. Okay, so this was a little freebie with purchase. Isn't this cute? I love that. And you know me, I'm gonna just fall in love with coloring that and the cute little outfits. So this is called Friendly Foxes. I'll link it down below, but this was a freebie with purchase when I was doing my purchase, or at the time of purchasing all of my little things. Okay, I also got some mint tape. I adore the mint tape from scrapbook.com. It is wonderful, and I also saw that they have a little tape dispenser that they have come out with, and I love my current tape dispenser, but I use mine for washi tape. So I thought, in order to have something separate for just the mint tape, I went ahead and bought their product. I'm going to open this up because it looks like it has some little potential grippies on the bottom. I just kind of want to take a look at that, and then we can install one of these little tapes. These are just wonderful for masking, tacking down a die if you're going to send it through your machine, anything like that. So mint tape, scrapbook.com, definitely 5 stars. Okay, let's see in what direction this is. Okay, So there we go. This fits nice and snug, just like that. Okay, and then, oh my goodness, that is as smooth as butter. I don't want to waste it, but it was just so nice. Okay, so there we go. I like having a dedicated dispenser for dedicated tapes. That way you're not, you know, having to reinstall constantly. And this was a super good price. Very, very quick to add to cart. Great price. I love that it is so heavy because then it's not going to be dragging all around. It also has some nice grips on the bottom, so it's going to be really nice on my mat, and then looks great. Okay, definitely love that purchase. As always, I got a backup for that because I do tend to go through it quite a bit. Okay, we also have some adhesive roller. I have run out, so I added that to my cart as well. I don't know that I have tried this one yet, but looks to be great. And then I did get a roll of the gold foil for my mink. Okay, as for tiptoeing back to stamps, I've wanted this for the last 2 summers, and I don't know, I never got it, and this time I just added it because it's summer. I'm just feeling so summery, so I went ahead and got this. This is called High Five by Lawn Fawn. Has a cute little beehive. You can add a little decorative banner. The thing that I love is the little bumblebees have fun little things like party hats, or the little, what do you call it? Like a party blow horn. I don't know, a little party whistle, something like that. It's been a while, so I love this. I think it's super cute. And again, I've had my eye on this for at least 2 summers. I think this came out, I want to say in 2021. No, maybe it was 2022. Yes, 2022. So it has been 2 summers. So finally, that one is being added to my collection. This is adorable. I really wanted to do this for Father's Day, but I think I'm a little late on that this year. Although I could probably bust it out real quick. But isn't this sweet? I think this is adorable. I love the little duckies. I have another ducky stamp set from Lawn Fawn. This one's called Rub-a-Dub-Dub. I know I have another one in the mini version. I can't remember exactly what that one looks like, but I know I remember kind of playing around and coloring that one. But we have the little tub with bubbles. We have a little shower. So adorable. It's just adorable. Okay, so now finally I got these as well. So I found these at scrapbook.com as well, and I bought 3 of them. They are a nice little container. It's just a storage. So it looks like you could do probably 4x6 photos inside. What I thought would be a great idea was I thought it would be cute to do pens, because I feel like there are just so many different brands of pens. If you wanted to get them all organized, you'd have to be very mindful of the length of your writing utensil that you want to organize in these. Another thing that I think this is a great idea for, totally unrelated to crafting, is kids card games. And that was one of the reasons why I actually bought these. I was going through one of those crazy mommy moments where I just wanted to purge and clean everything. I don't know if you have done that, but sometimes I just get in this mode and the trash bag comes out and we just zoom. So I found a bunch of card games for my kiddos, and I thought, how am I going to organize these? Because the little cardboard containers that they come in with little children, they get ripped so easily. So it's just a mess in our craft or our little game closet. So I got those for that, and I'll probably craft these pretty soon because I'm trying to get everything all ready for summer. Okay, so as I was mentioning, I need to get a couple cards done. I have some last minute cards that I need to finish up, and I am going to do a couple additional teacher cards. And the thing that I love most about the school year is that you can fall in love with your stamp set because new teachers are on their way in. So I love this. I used this when my daughter was one of my daughters was in preschool, and made some of my favorite cards with this stamp set. But now we're in kindergarten, and I'm going to be making 2 teacher cards, but brand new teachers, so we can go ahead and reuse this and it'll be great. So that's one thing that I love about investing in things like this, is that there's so many people to make them for, especially every year for the teachers when we get new teachers. Okay, so I am going to do 2 cards. So what I'm going to do is, I can grab another panel. Okay, I'm gonna grab 2 panels and I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna try to do 2 cards side by side here. Just get them both done instead of doing one at a time. I'm gonna try to just work smart, not hard. And sometimes when I'm making cards in bulk, this is the easiest way for me to do it. It's just to do everything together in phases. So right now I'll trim down all of my panels. That way I'm only using my trimmer once. So these were originally 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but I went ahead and trimmed those down to 4 by 5 1/4. And in the end, that will give us a 1/8 inch margin on our A2 card. So you'll see that once we attach this to our card base. But let's do, 5 1/4. Almost got too much there. Okay, and let's see if we can bring in some of our new stuff. I'm going to use washi tape for this part. So I'm going to just attach, should I do these side by side? Actually, I'll do them side by side to an extent, but then I'm going to add some little spatter marks, so I don't want to get that on the other card, if that makes sense. I'm going to do watermelon on this one, pink lemonade on this card. We're going to kind of do the same vibe, but we're going to make them different from one another. So I'm going to show you 1 stamp set, 2 cards, the same kind of look that I'm going to do for each one, but we'll make them look respectfully different. Water off to the side here. I will start with watermelon, and I'm just going to take my ink pad and just get a little bit on my mat here. I'm going to just dampen my brush and add, I feel like I've been doing this look on a lot of cards lately, but in the end I love it so much that I'm finding that when you like a method, just have fun with it. Don't overthink it. They're all different cards for different people. It's all right. Okay, adding some water to my brush once more. Actually, I'm gonna dilute that just a tad bit more. And I'm gonna bring this color in. Isn't that pretty? And just kind of keep more of a circular look. Some variation in color here. And I'm going to get an idea for, that looks actually really good, how big I want that. Okay, I think that's about good. Okay, I'm going to let that dry because next I'm going to bring in the same color and I'm going to do a little spatter. But I want this to be a little bit more dry so that it doesn't, the little color drops don't just sink into the background. So now I'm going to do the same thing over here. Just wet down my cardstock. Okay, let's talk about cardstock for a second. The reason I'm not doing, this one's pink lemonade, by the way. The reason I'm not doing a watercolor cardstock is because I want to stamp my sentiment directly onto my card base here. Oh, those look pretty. So I want a really flat cardstock. I don't want to have anything that's going to be textured because then my stamps won't stamp nice right onto them. Okay, let's add a little bit more. Again, doing brush strokes, right? But keeping it in more of a circle shape. Okay. And that looks good. Okay, now I'm going to, that's not completely dry, but dry enough. I'm going to move this because when I do my little flicks of color, I don't want that color to go on this panel. So let me just move this off to the side. Okay, then I'm going to grab some color and just add some little marks there. Okay, now I'll let this one go off to the side and we can be done with this one because it's just going to dry. Okay, getting this one to just dry a tad more. Okay, put that one right here. And same thing, but with the pink lemonade. Okay. That one's a little bit more subtle, but I like that. Okay, there we go. Let me clean up, and now we are going to let these take their time. I like to, if I'm going to do something like this, start with this part, because then these can just slowly dry while we do the stamping portion. So that's just another way you'll want to kind of think through your workflow. If there's going to be one part that you need to wait to dry, maybe start with that. That way you're not rushed or having to actually dry it with a dryer or anything like that, which you can do. Okay, moving the inks. Now I'm going to bring in my Misty and let's start doing all the stamping. Now again, I'm going to do both cards at once. So let's grab one panel and I'll just do all of my stamping right on there. Okay, so I know for one, I want to do this little owl with the graduation cap. Okay, and the next one I want to do is this little owl. Yeah, we'll do this little owl with the apple. You could also add glasses. The glasses are cute. You could also add a branch. I don't know that I'm going to use the branch, but I want to put it down because I feel like I potentially might want that. Okay, so that's it for the stamps. Now, I will be using Copics to color here. So I want to use an ink that works well with Copics. So for me, this is my go-to, this Memento ink. I'll link everything that I'm using down below and I'll separate it. So you'll find kind of two lists down below in the description box. One will be for my little craft haul that I walked you through in the beginning, kind of unboxed. And then the second little list will be for all of the items that I specifically used for this card or this set of cards. Okay, I'm going to double stamp this because I like some nice contrast. And because I'm double stamping, I want to give this plenty of time to dry. So while this dries, I'm going to go ahead and just pull some colors that I want to use to color this. Okay, I have lots of colors that I chose. In fact, these are going to be for a different card. Okay, let me think this through. So let's do this. That way I kind of keep in mind, because I'm color matching to my little panels here. So I want this to kind of go with that collection. And then I'm still going to use some of these colors, but I'm going to use this set of pinks to go with this. Okay, so let me set this one off to the side and let's zoom. So I will link all the marker choices down below as well, but let's start with this little guy. So I also want to use a white gel pen. Okay, let's start with, and I have my new E31 here. I want to do, okay, I'm going to do E31 first and just do some all over color on kind of the outline, not outline, but the outer part of the owl, not the belly. Okay, so I'll start here. Is this the one I wanted? I think so. Okay, it is now. Okay, so much better than the dry one. So there we go. That's my first color, so just all over color there. And then I'll bring in E34, and this is where I will add a lot of my shadow. So I'm going to go down this side. I might even add a little bit here to kind of go under that hat, and then just a little slight, like, sliver there. Okay, and then grabbing my lighter one once more just to blend out that color. Create a little mid-tone. Okay. And then I'm gonna bump this right back up. I feel like a lot of coloring for me is just back and forth, back and forth. But you just kind of know when to stop. Okay. Once I see the depth that I want between the shadows and the highlights, I know I'm good to go. Okay, so I like that. Now what I'll do is, I'll be done with these for now. Let's go through, actually, you know what we'll do? Let's work smart here, right? E31, I'm gonna do that same color combination down on this little cutie here. And in fact, I'll actually continue that color combination on the little branch as well. Okay, so there's my shadows. A little bit more here. Oops, I got a little bit into this little area here, but it's gonna be just fine. Okay, now what I'll do is, what do I want to do? Yeah, I'll do it that way. I was gonna say, gotta figure out which way I want the branch first. I'm gonna go in a different order here and do my darker and then my lighter. And again, just kind of creating that mid-tone by pulling those colors kind of together, and then one single layer for that lightest. Bump up my shadows one more time. And then lightly soften that out. Okay, so there is this little guy. Now, okay, I think I'm good. Okay, now I can retire these colors for a bit. And I'm going to go in with the E21. This is going to be the little belly of the little owl. And I'm only using one color here. So what I'm going to do is I'll do all over color, and then I'll come back in and just add some shadows by layering it on thick in certain areas. So all over color, I'm gonna let that set for just a second. Some all over color. And then again, I'll just come through, add some shadow here, and just kind of lightly blend that out. Same over here. Okay, just to give just a little bit of depth. All right, now E35, the beak and the little feet have such tiny area here that I'm just going to do all over color and be completely done. So just like that. And same here. And then I'm also doing it with the tassel, but the tassel has, well, not really. I was gonna say it has a little bit more. I'll just let that be. Okay, now I want this color combination for this card. So why don't I start with the R20, which is the lighter. It's a blush color. And I'll do all over color on this hat. Again, I'm color matching this one. That's why I'm gonna pull different shades of pink for my little accents for each card, because I did different backgrounds. R21 is my darker here. So I'll add some here and there. Blend out just a little bit. These are very similar colors. Ooh, I like that. Actually, I'm gonna stop. I like that a lot. Hold on, I just want a tad bit more. Okay, there we go. Looks good. While I have the R20 out, I'm going to add the little cheeks. So I'm gonna go like that and that. Okay, and then on this one as well, that and that. Okay. All right, now this is where I want to bring in a different color combination. I'm going to do R32 and R22. And let me just swatch these real quick. It's almost looking a little bit, they're so similar. I might just do, no, I'll do this. Okay, I'm gonna do R32 first. We're gonna do the apple here. And you could pull a red. I just like pinks for reds. So I'm gonna do that. And then I need to pull like a little green for this stem. Okay, and then R22 for my shadow here. Oh, that looks cute actually. Okay, and then, whoa. Okay, I'll just do that. Okay, let me grab a little green real quick. Okay, G21 is the perfect choice. I'm not gonna do any shading. It's so small. I just want that pop of green. Okay, now I have my highlights that I want to do. So I'm just gonna go through and add some highlights where I think that they'll look nice. So I'm just going to add a few in some areas. Sorry, that was almost off screen there. And then this one might be a little more difficult to see. Come here. And then just a little bit there. Okay, then over here, I'm gonna add a highlight all along the top, just about like that. And then down the little side here. Super cute. And then for the apple, just like that. Now I did have an area on my branch where I got out of the lines there, so I'm simply going to grab this gel pen and just mend that just like so. All right, now we're ready for the coordinating dies. So again, 2 cards, got all of that part done at the same time. That makes it just so easy. So do your 2 panels, or 3, 4, 5, do all that at once, set them aside to dry, do all your stamping, let those dry, do all your coloring, do all your die cutting. It just makes it so much easier because then you are just using the same things and not having to keep bringing them out, stuff like that. Okay, so I need to find which ones I need. So one, now let's grab wire snips because I think I just used that set. I'll link the last card that I did with this stamp set down below in case you want another idea of what to do. That was, gosh, was it 2 years ago? Probably. I honestly think it was actually only a year ago, but we'll have to see the little timestamp on that video. Time will tell. Okay, let's do that. Now, to secure those, I'm just going to use this washi tape one more time and get these all placed down. Okay, and then let me trim this down a little bit further because I'm going to bring in my little mini die cut machine, and I want to make sure that these fit on the little plate, which which they will. Okay, so here's my original little mini. Again, love this, had zero problems with it. The only time I thought that something was wrong was when it stopped suctioning to my mat, but then I cleaned off the bottom. Looks like I'm probably due to do it again. I cleaned off the bottom because any type of dust or crumbs, and sometimes I like to snack while I'm crafting, anything that is on there is going to break that suction. So ever since I cleaned it, it's like it's brand new. And again, while these look like they're worn, right? Of course they're worn. There's no warping. I'm not seeing anything on my die cuts to indicate that they need replaced. So it's been quite a while since I've had this machine and I have not worried about replacing the plates. So wanted to reiterate that because it was a concern for me as well when I originally bought it, because I bought it and then I didn't realize the repurchasing the plates was I guess tricky, or it's hard to find. So it made me nervous originally, but I use this all the time and she's going strong. She's going strong. Okay. So now again, did all the same things at the same time. We have all of our little die cuts. I'm going to try to keep them in their little piles because I don't want to forget where things are going to go. So we have the little apple. Come on. Oh my gosh, I love that. The apple's cute. I love the color of that. And then we have this little owl. Super sweet. Now, the reason I chose this owl for the hat was because I noticed the tassel was on this left side. And to me, it looked better to have, it just kind of moved with his body or her body better there instead of like that. I don't know, it just seemed like it'd be better. So just kind of be mindful of the embellishments that you intend to put on each of your little die cuts to make sure that it's just gonna look right. It's not a big deal if it doesn't, but sometimes just thoughtful thinking there can really just elevate your card. Okay, now let's go ahead and we need to pause. Actually, I almost made a whoopsie and put these on the card base, but we need to add our sentiments. And like I said, the reason I chose regular cardstock was because it's nice and flat and I wanted to put these right on the card panel. Okay, I'm going to start with this one. And what I'm going to do is just get an idea for where I want everything. Oh my gosh, that's cute. Okay, and I'm going to use foam tape to really give some dimension here. That is adorable. So I want that somewhere like so. And with the stamps, let's think through. I want to do thanks for owl you do. That's so cute. Okay. Thanks. So I'm going to do them one at a time. And because this is just a tad warped from the water, which we'll remedy in just a minute when we do the foam tape, I'm going to add that just so it really is secure. Okay. Thanks. Just a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Looks good. And then, as you remember, I did double stamp my little images, so I will be consistent and double stamp the sentiments so that that contrast of the black ink is consistent. Okay. There we go. There's the thanks. Got the little wet wipe here. And then I'm going to use the thanks once more for my other card, so I'll just leave it up here. Remind me it's there, or I will probably spend 10 minutes looking for it. Thanks for owl you do. That's so cute. Okay, the reason I did these separate is because then I can really place these close together. I think that looks good. And I don't think I've used that stamp before. I know I've used Thanks for Being My Teacher. There we go. So I just primed that a little bit, just kind of by rubbing the little coating, or rubbing the stamp. There's a coating on the stamp, excuse me. Should have said that differently. There's a little coating on the stamp that is present from when they created the stamp. So if you just rub that off, you get a better impression, because it's not like odd, like you can't feel the oil, but it's just kind of a residue. Okay, thanks for all you do. So this one's done. So let's just move this one over. Again, we're going to be working in little stations here, and then this little guy is just going to be so simple. Ugh, so cute. Thanks. I love that. Whoops. Let's put that there. Is that straight? I think so. Okay. And then we'll do Thanks for Being My Teacher. And I feel like I want to maybe bring some gold in with my embellishment. Usually I love my dewdrop, but I'm wondering if we should bring in some additional color, which would be really fun. The gold would be really nice. Thanks for being my teacher. Okay. Okay, I think that looks nice. Okay. We'll just finish up our stamping just like so. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is create our card bases. So I'm going to grab one sheet of 110-pound cardstock, and I'll just trim it right in half. So we have 2 card panels, and that will give us 2 A2 size card panels, which you'll see in just a second. How cute is that one? Oh my goodness, I love it. So darling. Okay, there is that. And card panels. Okay, so again, I had one sheet of 8.5 by 11, and this was 110-pound cardstock. Originally, we used 80-pound for the panel. I like to switch it up and do heavier weighted cardstock for the actual base. So now we have 2 pieces. This is 4.25 by 11, okay? And now we will do our little center score lines so that we can fold these. Okay, so one at a time here. Bring in my little score buddy. Again, 11 by 4.25. A little math here. Half of 11 is 5.5. So we'll score there. Do our second one at 5.5 and score there. All right. We are all set. I'm going to move that to the side for just a moment because I want to use this little bone folder score tool. And then I'll just press those down. Okay. Let's focus. Let's just do it 2 by 2. Why not? I'm going to grab these magnets just to keep these staying put, and let's open this new foam tape. Okay, so then you just remove these little sides here, and it's nice. It's thin and narrow. So let's do this little guy first. Move this. I have some non-stick scissors. They'll be labeled as fine detail scissors down below. But they are wonderful because you can use them on these sticky tapes and they don't get all grimy. They're wonderful. Okay, so I'll do 4. Okay, and the test for me is if the liner comes off nice. Okay, it does. I find that the current one that I'm using, I've been linking the 3M one because I love that one, but I've been using a different foam tape that I haven't been loving lately because the liner is hard for me to remove. And I don't know, anything that slows me down, I will find something else. So the liner is usually the trick for me. Okay, there's our first one. Again, we're working in little sections, so let's just go ahead and finish up with this panel. And like I said, adding the foam tape is going to not only give us a little pop of dimension, because so far that card was a little flat, right? We just have a little watercolor backdrop stamped with our sentiment right onto the panel. So this adds our dimension that I want to say need, because I need it. But not only that, but it's going to help with the warping from the water. It just makes it nice and straight again. All right. And there is number 2. So again, since we trimmed that down to 4 by 5 1/4, we have that 1/8 inch margin all the way around the card. Okay, now let's further add some dimension, but this time I'm going to bring in smaller foam squares. So I have these in 2 sizes, and I think I'm also going to use some tweezers. Okay, so let's add, just see, which way do I want to do this? Okay, let's start with the little branch. Add these little skinnies right to the back. And then I'm going to add that little branch. I'll bring it over a little bit. Okay, there we go. And then I want her to be like on the branch, so I'm just going to avoid the little feet area for this little die cut. That way it doesn't clash. I'll do a big one and then a small one right next to it, but you can see the feet are nice and free. Okay, and I'll just use my tweezers there for a second. I'm going to put her to the right a little bit more. Okay. And then the little apple I'm going to have in her hand, so I will put the foam square more on one side than the other. Okay. Whoop. I'll do that. Cute. All right, same thing for this. Let me add the owl down first. I'm going to need to trim this down just a little bit, and then I'll add one here and one hopefully there without, yep, okay, we're good to go. Okay, and then we're going to put that little one right there. Okay, and I'll probably add, let's trim 1 1/2. I'm going to add one there. Actually, I'll trim 2 1/2. And here. And then I'll do one on that tiny little tassel. That way it's not damaged or anything. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, that looks good. Okay. And then let's just do that. Precious. Okay, let's finish it off with some embellishment. And like I said, I think I want to do a little bit of gold. I think these little gold discs will be super sweet. Okay, so I think what I want to do is upper left, 1, 2, 3, and then lower right. And then for this one, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do lower left with the duo and upper right with the trio. Okay, sequins wand, and let's see here. I think I'm going to do all, well, I guess we could do a big and, or I guess that would be a medium and a small. And then I'll do a small, I thought that was a medium one. medium, small, and another small one. Okay. Cute. Okay, I'm gonna shift those up just a little bit. Okay, super sweet. Okay, and then again, medium and small, and medium, small, small. Cute. I love how that hugs. I think that's just sweet. All right, so now all I have to do is just add my personalized stamp right on the back. And these are all done. I love them. Okay, I'm gonna turn these around once more. And then my personalized stamp is right here. Okay, make sure it's going the right direction. Oh my goodness. Been at card making like crazy lately, and sometimes you just have to slow down and make sure you're focused. Okay, silly mistakes happen when you go fast. Okay, so there we go. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that fun little crafty haul, finishing up this video with the cute little cards. I love them. They're all ready. I think they're so fun. I loved using the same stamp set, and while they're very similar in style and technique, I love how different each one of them looks just by some colors and arrangement, and I think it's really fun. Okay, everything I used again will be linked below in 2 areas. So you'll have the shopping haul that I had, but you'll also have the little items that I used specifically for both of these cards. So hopefully this was fun for you to watch. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.